A symbol, an icon that is very often used to depict innovation is the light bulb. And I think this is not only wrong, but also dangerous to depict it that way. In many corporations, in many companies, people believe that in order to come up with an innovation, you first need to find that one good idea, and as soon as you have that one good idea, you just need to implement it. You need to make a project team, and then you start the realization phase. But it's not that easy. You see, there is not such a thing as a one good idea. Most ideas are bad in the beginning because they're not complete. And the more creative, the more outrageous, new the idea will be, the more it will suffer from imperfection. So the light bulb implies that you just have to turn that switch on and zack, you have that one good idea. So it's no wonder that in most companies there's a big emphasis on finding that one good idea. You make ideation campaigns, you have a collective box for ideas, and so on and so forth. Let's ask ourselves, what does innovation stand for? What is the definition for innovation? And of course, there are many different definitions for innovation. At a very simple level, you could say that anything that is new and creates added value for a target group is an innovation. So innovare means to make something new. And I would say just new is not enough, so it has to create value. But if you just take this, something new that creates value, then it's quite easy to come up with an innovation. I mean, every new feature on a product, every new amendment to a service is something new, and it adds value, hopefully. So that's not enough. I want to stress out that there are two different ways of thinking about doing something new. And I think this is a good separation of two completely different paths to take. The first path is what I see in most companies that practice innovation, and is quite natural. It is the path of the incremental innovation. So what does that mean? Incremental innovation is an innovation that builds on something that is already here, that builds on a preconceived product or service. So it looks at a product, a service, a technology, and you ask yourself, how could I improve that? How could I make it better? That's an incremental innovation. It's like an evolution of products. But the other kind of innovation, which is harder to make and a lot more seldom, it's the radical innovation. Radical, that word comes from the Latin word radix, which means root, and it means that you go back to asking a question, what is the root, what is the problem that we are trying to solve with our product or service? So we go back to the roots and we ask ourselves, are there new ways to solve that one problem? Are there new technologies, new services, new business models, new processes that we could imply today that are in its solution different? It's a different solution than the one we had before. So that's a radical innovation. And this is what the Innovation Booster is aiming for. We are looking for radical innovation, for new ways to looking at a problem and solving that problem.